So good morning, students. So let's continue yesterday's lesson on body language. And all of you, please mute your mics. And so, are you able to see the presentation?
No, sir, nothing there is.
Nothing is visible.
No, sir.
Now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay then. So yesterday we were here discussing the gesture clusters. That means how the combination of different gestures indicate a certain way of body language. And this is defensiveness we were discussing. Defensiveness means a person who was trying to protect himself or save himself or wants to be secretive. That means he doesn't want to let anything known to others, or he wants to express his fear towards the other person, or he wants to show his silence. Okay, these things are called defensiveness. And the symbols for defensiveness are usually a rigid body, that means without any free movement, a stiff body, arms or legs tightly crossed. Understand? That means eyes glancing sideways or darting occasionally. That means looking at this side and that side. Minimal eye contact. That means they look down upon or look sideways. They never maintain eye-to-eye contact because they have some fear inwardly, or they may be keeping some secret. They may be lying to the other person. They may not be speaking the truth. How do we understand that they are not speaking the truth? Means this type of body language. And the lips pursed, that means lips closed stiffly, and fists clenched, and downcast head bent down. That means they are looking in a doubtful manner. They are looking. Understand? When we see such persons, if they are new, we tell the other person, maybe he is a thief. Be very careful because he's looking at this side, that side. His eyes are not fair enough. Like that we tell. That means with body language, even commoners, we common people also understand body language. But if we become experts in that one, we can behave well to win in our life, or we can understand the other person's body language and communicate properly or take proper precautions also. So let's move to the next one. Evaluation. Evaluation means giving response to the other person or evaluating the other person's movements. For example, you have cooked something and you have given in a plate to taste. Then they are saying, that means it is very tasty. Disgusting, not at all tasty. Understand? So, you know, by looking at the expressions, you can understand what the response of the other person is. They need not open their mouth. That means they need not talk verbally, but with their body language, you can understand. Not just related to food. Whether others understand or like our lessons or not, we understand through their body language. That means if they are leaning forward and showing their interest, we feel that they are interested. If they are sleeping and slouching and talking over phone or doing some message, they are missing the lesson or they are not at all interested. That means the class is not going in an interesting manner. Understand? So it depends upon the topics also. Here, evaluation gestures say that the other person is being thoughtful or is considering what you are saying. For example, in an interview, you are telling some question, the other person is nodding his head and expressing surprise or looking at the other person. That means, is he true? Why is the answer correct? Like that, through their body language, they are giving their evaluation or giving their feedback. Sometimes in a friendly way, they may give the feedback, or sometimes in an unfriendly way also they give. For example, we know that this is a symbol of curiosity, but there is another symbol which actually that is tilted head, bent head, hand to cheek, and leaning forward, chin stroking. That means it tells that others are thinking something what we have said. So evaluation also has some gestures. Sometimes evaluation gestures take on a critical aspect. That means maybe they go in a negative manner. That means what you are saying, if they don't like, how do they express that one? The body is more drawn back. That means that they are sitting like this. That means they are no more interested. Understand? And the hand is to the face, but the chin is in the palm of the hand with one finger going up the cheek and the other fingers positioned below the mouth. This symbol tells that they are not interested or they are not in favor of your answer. Understand? That means why we should discuss all these aspects means when you join in a police force or when you attend an interview, when you become an officer, when you become a manager, or when you become a teacher, you need to communicate with the other person. Even if you start your own business also, you need to communicate with your customers. Whether your clients or customers are interested in your products or not, how do you know? It is through by observing their body language. That means that's why it is said that the chain is look at the eyes of the customers, then give their pricing. Because through our eyes we express our interest. When we look at something that is very interesting or that is very attractive, our eyes get elated. That means they get expanded. They become bigger. So looking at that bigger eyes, the businessman understands, okay, this person is interested in this product. So I can put it at a higher price. Later they can bargain. And some things we don't see when they show the product. No, please. That means our face tells that we are not interested in that product. Understand? So in business or in office work or in college or in any aspect of our life, we need to communicate with others with our body language, and we need to understand others' body language so that we know what they actually feel about us. Understand? Next one, to gain time for evaluating the situation, people use cigarette or pipe smoking habits, removing eyeglasses. Have you ever seen, particularly in movies? No, that means he is lighting a cigarette and spending on that one means he's trying to take some time. He's buying a time means trying to take some time. Or some people, they remove their eyeglasses and they think like this. Understand? So this posture tells that the other persons are thinking over your point, but they would like to take some time to give their opinion back or give their feedback. Understand? So these are some habits. To gain time for evaluating the situation, people use cigarette or pipe smoking habits, removing eyeglasses. The final negative evaluation gesture is dropping his eyeglasses to the lower bridge of the nose and peering over them. That means some people, That means it is dropping totally to the last tip of the nose and peering over the means it shows they lost interest or they are giving negative feedback. So this gesture usually causes a negative emotional overreaction in other people. When you are saying that taking this one and smoking your cigarette or pipe and looking at some other thing, other people will naturally believe that you are no more interested, and it creates a overreacting emotion in other persons also. Okay, so in our day-to-day life, we observe all these things. They are not new, but they are naturally done. Today, we are trying to understand them as a subject, as a topic in communication and soft skills. Suspicion, secrecy, rejection, and doubt. That means you are suspecting the other person. I don't believe you. That means my face tells that I have some suspicion, I have some doubt. These negative emotions are communicated by sideways glances, looking at the left side and not straight forward, looking at this side and that side. And that means it shows that the other person is doubting us. Minimal or no eye contact. That means minimal eye contact or not at all maintaining any eye contact. That means either he is behaving in a doubtful manner or he is doubting your behavior. It can be either way. Shifting the body away from the speaker. And till now we have seen that speaker, but later you are shifting your body away. That means you are moving away. That shows that he is not interested or he is having some doubts in your speech or what you are giving as statements. And touching or rubbing the nose. That means this also shows that the other person is not convinced by your argument. See, these are all very interesting aspects to study body language. Common gesture clusters. One more thing is readiness. Readiness, particularly in physical classrooms, you know. Even in Zoom classes also, you have that option to raise your hand by clicking on that raise hand option. However, in classrooms, when someone asks question, particularly as a child, you expressed that enthusiasm. Sir, I will tell the answer. I will tell the answer. That is raising your hand. That shows your readiness. Or moving upward. That means getting up from your chair. That means you are ready to do what the other persons are telling. Readiness is related to the goal-oriented high achiever with a concern for getting things done. Even sometimes the people show their agreement by nodding their head. Yes, sir. Okay. Is it okay for you? They nod their head in an approving manner. Understand? So there are different types of. This is for thinking. This is for accepting. This is for no, it is not possible. All are noddings of head only, but you need to observe. Up and downs are, that means a slant, sideways are totally opposite direction, left and right. Understand? So, readiness to do something or to accept others' statement or to move forward to the other person, these are expressed by different ways. It communicates dedication to a goal and is usually communicated by sitting forward at the edge of a chair. That means you are ready. You are ready to participate. Almost you will say that I'll jump into the work. That means when you sit forward at the edge of a chair, it shows your readiness. This will negatively give the appearance of being overly anxious also. It can be a symbol of readiness and it can also be a symbol of always you are raising your hand, sir, I will answer, sir, I will answer, sir. Even if the teacher tells, please others, please maintain silence and so person may speak, Even then also they raise their hands. That means they are showing their over anxiousness, over enthusiasm. Understand? Next one, nervousness. You know, biting your nails. That's why we tell others, please never have the habit of biting your nails. That shows that you are nervous. That means you have some inner fear. Understand? So look at the face of this person. She's expressing her fear through her eyes. And that means looking at sideways and folded hands and biting nails. And even her, what you can say, the folded forehead. All these are symbols of her nervousness, fear, or anxiety. Understand? A sort of distress. Everything is exhibited through her face. So clearing one's throat. If you are asking a question, if the other person is not so ready, so clearing your throat. That means you would like to tell something else, Chain smoking, continuously smoking, that is a symbol of nervousness. That means inside they have depression, but outwardly they would like to appear manly and they go on smoking. That means inside they have some tension, nervousness. And covering the mouth with hand. Covering the mouth with hand. Understand? That means you are expressing your fear. You are unable to open your mouth, unable to tell. And tapping fingers or something on the table, you are making some sounds, means you are trying to let that fear out. Understand? Your nervousness is exhibited through these gestures. And whistling. Sometimes out of happiness we whistle, that's a different thing. But sometimes when you have that fear also, just to tell the other person that you don't fear, actually inside you have that nervousness. But outwardly you would like to appear you have no fear at all. And jingling pocket change. That means you have coins in your pocket and you make sounds with them, putting your hands into the trousers. And fidgeting, that means moving this way and that way. Twitching lips or face. Biting, that means మన నాలుగు ఖర్చుకోవడం, లేకపోతే పెదాలను కొరకడం, వాటిని లిప్స్ని టైట్గా పెట్టడం. And biting nail. All these are symbols of nervousness, that you have some fear towards the other person or what he is telling. Common gesture clusters, boredom or impatience. Just look at this one, how our boredom is expressed. Look at that one. Okay, so you please observe this one. The boredom is expressed in these ways. Drumming of fingers. Drumming means, that means something like that. You are feeling bored and you tap on the table. Or sometimes when the speaker is speaking very actively, you say, very good, very good, very good. That means you actually feel bored and you would like to, you are interested in stopping the other person's speech or class. Understand? So these are and cupping the head in the palm of the hand. That means expressing your boredom. And foot swinging, that means tapping with your feet or swinging. Brushing or picking a lint, that means something, doing some other thing which expresses your disinterest or your boredom. Looking at your watch or exit, that means people look at their watch so that, Are Baba, when will you leave? In the physical classroom, we observe that one. Now, when the class is almost reaching the end, students also look at the watch or look at their mobiles and the times, or during meetings also, we also do the same thing. That means you would like to tell the other person that I have no more energy to spend. Understand? So it expresses your boredom. One more common gesture clusters, enthusiasm. That means interest. You are enthusiastic towards something. That means you are interested in doing something. This is an emotion that you love to see in other people and they in you. See, whether to personal conversation or in a group conversation or in a classroom atmosphere or in public speaking, after all of us expect enthusiasm in other person. Sometimes your friend comes, hey, Raju, you know what happened yesterday? He comes with such an enthusiasm and you simply say, look at with a bored face, yeah, what happened? I'm not interested in listening. Later you can tell me. All that enthusiasm of the other person is lost. Or a small kid comes to his father or his mother, mommy, you know what happened in our class today? Arey Baba, I am busy with my work. Don't trouble me further. Then immediately that enthusiasm is lost. So enthusiasm is exhibited. That means you swing, like a ball. That means you will be bubbling with joy. Your face tells that one that you are very happy. You would like to express that to others. Particularly in children, you can observe that one. And a small upper or inward smile, you are very enthusiastic. And hands open and arms extended outward, eyes wide and alert, a lively and bouncy walk. That means you don't walk slowly. That means very actively you walk. A lively and well modulated voice. Your voice also expresses that enthusiasm. Understand? So when you say good morning in the first class, that will be very enthusiastic. In the later classes, good morning, madam. Or good afternoon, madam. And in the last class, you won't open your mouth and you won't respond even. Because it shows your level of enthusiasm. Of course, it depends upon the topic. Topics like this body language will make us happy because lively participation is there and you will understand your day-to-day life also that you observe people. So this is a subject which will help us in our real life. So you will show more enthusiasm compared to other dry subjects. So let's examine how body communicates from head to toes. Understand some common gestures, clusters of gestures we have seen, and now let's see how our body communicates from head to toes. Please note this down. Everything is important. However, I request all of you to note them down so that it will be easy for you to understand. Yeah. So body movement, how you move your body, balance movements with verbal cues. That means your voice tells something. Your body also should go in support of that one. And you are saying, are you ready? Yes, sir, I am ready. But you are just sitting stiffly. Yes, sir, I am ready. No. Yes, sir, I am ready. That means it shows your readiness. Your body actually gives the true meaning of your words. Avoid random movements. Sometimes people make some confusing movements, others don't understand whether they are accepting or not. When I ask, is it okay? That means you are making rounds of your head, others don't understand. Okay or not. Understand? That's very, very important. You need to stick to your chosen movements. And not, don't ever make random movements, means rough movements. Suddenly other person gets confused. Understand? Step forward to indicate you are arriving at a point. That means particularly when you are walking, you would like to make a final point, you are on the stage, then you come to the tip of that step and you announce it. Others will understand that you are arriving at a point. And gap between concluding point and signals that audience, they actually relax momentarily. That means sometimes give them some relaxation so that they also feel relaxed. And always look
సురేష్ మ్యూట్ చేయండి.
for nearest your destination. Satish, Suresh, whose phone is that one? It is disturbing.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Please observe it. Okay, fine. Always lead with your foot nearest your destination. That means always lead. That means your movement should express that you are a leader. If you are a leader, you cannot sit back. You need to move forward. You need to tell other person, please follow me. I will be before you. Don't worry. I am here to support you. Let's face the situation. And if you are standing behind and saying that I am your leader, you please go forward, nobody will feel that you are a leader. Understand? So this is very important that your words should be supported with your body movement. Facial expressions. Observe the different faces. Facial expressions reflect emotion, feelings, and attitudes. Please observe each facial expression expresses some feeling. The first one, a smile, understand, a joy. And the second one, a sort of boredom, or that means a sort of something like that. That means a confusion. And a third one, tight-lipped, serious look. Fourth one, I mean, he is not believing what you are telling and he is looking at other side. Fifth one, of course, again, a happy nod or he got a smile. And sixth one, last one, you know, he has some disbelief and he is looking downwards, downcast eyes. Unbelievable one. And the next one, expressing his enthusiasm or surprise. Or would like to ask, yeah, what happened? Could you please tell me again, like that? And the next one, we know, he's laughing. That means expressing his joy. Next one also. And this is a cynical one. Sometimes this is also a laugh, but here satirically laughing. And the next one, you know, it's a very sad moment, not interested. Understand? The last one again with a smile or an ordinary face, a balanced one. So different facial expressions stand as symbols of different emotions or different feelings, you can say. The face is one of the most reliable indicators of a person's attitudes, emotions, and feelings. Now we are discussing one by one parts of our body, how they are used to convey what we think. That means our thoughts are in our mind. but they are conveyed through our words as well as our body movements. So face is one important part of our body which we can use to express the right feeling or right thought to support our words. So the face is one of the most reliable indicators. That's why we call, once again, you remember, face is the index of mind. That means face tells what your mind is actually thinking. Understand? So you look at the face of the other person. Of course, some people wear masks. Yesterday also we remembered that poem, Once Upon a Time. In that poem, the writer tells how modern day people are wearing masks. Their smile is not genuine smile. They are wearing fake smiles as they wear dresses. Understand? It's because of the modernity. Modern man is in a stress. So his happiness is not genuine happiness. His joy is not genuine. His agreement, yes, sir. Outwardly he is telling yes, sir, but inwardly he is feeling no, sir. Are you interested to attend the class? Yes, sir, we will come. But inwardly they are feeling, sir, daily 5 hours, 4 hours. How can we bear, sir? Understand? We know. So there is a difference between the physical world and the inward feeling. But face, most of the times, tells what the person is really feeling. That's why we call face is the index of the mind. So it is the most reliable indicator of a person's attitudes, emotions, and feelings. That means looking at someone's face, you can identify whether he is having positive attitude or negative attitude, whether he is interested to do the work or he is bored to do the work. Understand whether he will agree to your statement or he disagree to your statement. All these things you can understand by looking at his face. By analyzing facial expressions, interpersonal attitudes can be discerned. That means they can be explained, they can be understood, and feedback obtained. That means by analyzing others' facial expressions, you can understand, you can get the actual feedback. You need not ask them, did you understand my lesson? By looking at their faces, you will understand that they understood or they didn't understand. And some people try to hide their true emotions. Understand the term poker face describes them. You can see the boy is actually, tell me, what is the true feeling of the boy? What is the true feeling?
Feeling alone, sir. Alone. ఒంటరిగా ఫీల్
You're
అవుతుంది.
very good. Feeling alone. Loneliness is there further. Look at his eyes, drooped face, and hands like this. What sort of a feeling? Is he expressing joy or sadness?
Sadness, sir.
Sadness is expressed. But you see, like a buffoon, he has given color. As if he wants to tell others that I am happy, I am joyful, I am joking, I am smiling, I am laughing. But this is only a color given. But the true feeling is sadness, and he is crying actually. You can observe the tears coming out of his eyes. Understand? So, some people try to hide their emotions by wearing some other mask. You need to be careful. You cannot say that everyone's feeling I can understand well. No, it's not so easy. So frowns, you know, frowns, they express unhappiness or anger. That means they express, frown means, that means folding your face, looking like this, and your eyes come near, come closer. So that frowns express unhappiness or anger. You are not at all happy with the other person or with the situation, that is expressed through your frowns. And smiles. All of us know that it is a symbol of happiness. That's why please, if you don't have that habit of smiling, please keep smiling. Don't think that navvu nalugu vidhala chetu, the one Telugu proverb tells. If you are laughing meaninglessly, then it is danger. But if you smile so naturally, it makes the other persons also happy. They also smile at you, and many of the difficulties of our life will be wiped out. Understand? So please habituate smiling genuinely, out of your heart, smiling with your eyes, not just with your lips. Understand? Sneers. I don't like sneering. That means a disgusting look. Dislike or disgust. That means you don't like the other person at all, or you don't like what the other person is telling or what the other person is doing. Understand? That's what called sneering. And pouting lips. That is sadness. Closed lips or bent lips like this. We know. In smileys also, U shape is used to give a smile, and the inverted U shape is for sadness. Understand? Your face is watched whenever you speak. Please to understand that when others are speaking to you, they watch your face. And often the key determinant of the meaning behind a message. That means, see, even if the mouth is closed also, looking at your face, they can understand what you would like to express. Communicates. That means your face communicates your attitudes, your feelings, and emotions more so than any other part of your body. Understand? So this is very, very important. Your face is one important index of your mind. So habituate yourself or train yourself how to convey proper answer through our facial expressions. Understand? Next comes eyes. First face, how it works in body language, we have seen. And then next, eyes. Sarvendriyanam nayanam pradhanam, we say. That means in all human limbs, eyes are very important, because it is through the eyes we look at the world. We understand the world. We get our joys. We get our happiness or unhappiness through our eyes only. So you need to use them properly. So eye contact, that means eye to eye. That doesn't mean staring at the other person. No. It is maintaining eye contact means expressing your enthusiasm, expressing your friendliness, your readiness, your liking, just by looking at the other person when he is speaking to you. Understand? So here, eye contact, to make people feel good and show your interest, you must maintain eye contact. If they are talking to you, don't look at some other side, then the people feel that you are not at all interested in making friendship with them or talking to them. The easiest way to maintain eye contact naturally is to look at the person's whole face above the tip of their nose. Understand? That means you look at the person, eye to eye contact, that means eyes, and the whole face you please look, and then it shows that you are maintaining eye contact. You please observe these facial expressions, very, very important. If possible, take a screenshot and keep it. See how the face is moving. The same person's face, perhaps, here less trustworthy, neutral, most trustworthy. Trustworthy means upon whom you can keep faith, whom you can trust upon. నమ్మదగిన వ్యక్తి, విశ్వసించదగిన వ్యక్తి. ఇక్కడేమో he is appearing with a doubtful face. See, this particular face is very doubtful because he is very stiff, very rigid, not at all responding positively. Then you cannot trust him. Whereas here this person is smiling. Understand? He is showing his readiness, expressing his enthusiasm. Then you can keep faith in that person. So a neutral person, neither frowning, seriously looking, or nor showing enthusiasm. So features that appear untrustworthy are low inner eyebrows. That means your eyebrows are lowered. That's one point. Deep indentation. Deep indentation means sometimes the body itself, we say manufacturing defect like that. Some person's faces, the body, looking at that one, that means their stiff cheeks and all. Looking at the persons, you can understand whether he's a person whom you can believe or not. And deep indentation, shallow cheekbones. The cheekbones have no flesh, shallow, and thin chin. If the chin is very thin, he is also considered an untrustworthy person. So don't start examining your friends and their size of their chins and all. But you can see this person, with such a person, we don't feel like making friendship. But with such a person, we feel happy to be his friend. Understand? So high inner eyebrows, shallow indentation, pronounced cheekbones. Understand? That means because of that smile, they become broader. The cheekbones and wide chin, these are trustworthy gestures or facial expressions. Next come, eyes are also windows of the soul. As I have already told you, face is the index of mind. Eyes are windows of our soul. That means they, just like windows, they show what your inner heart is, what your inner spirit is, what your inner feeling is. They are excellent indicators of feelings. Your feelings are excellently indicated through your eyes. Shifty eyes. Shifty eyes means frequently moving. That way, this way you go on moving your eyes. That means shifty eyes. Beady eyes, that means making them small, and look of steel demonstrate awareness. That means, see, particularly people who are in the uniform services, you can see the security guards or the national security guards, NSG commandos, who stand behind our President of India or Prime Minister. They never open their mouth. They wear black glasses, but they always move their eyes, shift their eyes. That means they would like to observe if any attacker is there, if any danger is there, if any spy is there. All these things they observe. And look of steel. That means సూటిగా చూడడం, చురుకైనటువంటి చూపు. All these demonstrate awareness. That means you are aware of the surroundings. Honest person has a tendency to look you straight in the eye when speaking. I have already told you. Straight look into the other person's eyes. That shows you are honest. Your honesty is shown when you look at the other person face to face. Understand? When speaking, particularly. At least listeners accept it like that. And people avoid eye contact with other person when an uncomfortable question asked. If the question is not comfortable, for example, if personal question is asked in interviews, for example, if they ask about your qualification and your studies, all these things you answer. For example, if your marital life is spoiled or you are a divorced person, and if such question comes, in the interview, you don't feel comfortable to answer such question. Understand? So people avoid eye contact. In such times, they look aside, they look down upon. That means they are not comfortable with the question. So their eye contact is not maintained properly. Understand? Try to reduce tension and build trust rather than increase tension. That means our eye contact or our eyes, they try to reduce tension and build trust rather than increase tension. That means if you look at the other person face to face, what happens? Your tension is gradually reduced because the other person, if he is smiling, you also can smile. So naturally, you can feel comfortable. The raising of one eyebrow shows disbelief. That means, are you true? That disbelief is expressed through raising of one eyebrow. And raising two shows surprise. Wow, that means, you know, all of us know, when we express our surprise, our two eyebrows are raised. Understand? People are classified as right lookers and left lookers. That means right lookers and left lookers means right lookers are more influenced by logic and precision. That means who always look at their right side, generally they are considered as logical and disciplined persons, and left lookers are considered found to be more emotional, subjective, and suggestive. Understand? So right lookers and left lookers, you please observe these things also. Eyes are most powerful feature after voice. Understand? So it's not just through eyes. By looking at a small, you observe this small kid, infant, how much enthusiastic or surprising or happy or joyful or interested in the other person, you can observe by looking at his eyes wide open. So they establish a bond. That means the love is expressed through eyes. And you will look at your audience to convey your sincerity of the message. Understand? That means to say that you are sincere in giving such and such message, you look at your audience face to face. That means you look at each corner of the audience, particularly in the classrooms. In the online classes, we need to look at the presentation as well as look at the students who are present. That's why sometimes you may get wrong facial expressions from our side. Our eyes may be looking at some other side. No, we have to look at you. There's a problem with online classes because we don't speak directly. Here we need the support of certain material. We present that material and we also look at that material and present it. So the eye movement sometimes may not be good in online classes. Whereas in the regular classes, when the teacher is enthusiastically explaining something or giving a speech or giving a lecture, he looks at each and every corner of the class to make it sure that everyone is attentive. So you will increase their attention to you by sufficient eye contact. If there are 5 or 6 persons, just by maintaining your eye contact with one person, you can gain his or her attention towards you. There are many people. For example, there is someone who came to give you a job. There are 2 or 3 jobs only, but there are 10 or 15 students waiting for the job. But the recruiter will look at the one, and if you are maintaining eye contact with the recruiter and expressing your enthusiasm and express your confidence through your looks and smile at him, naturally he will be in a position to select you when the time comes. Understand? So out of a group, how to grab attention of another person is by maintaining eye contact. And eyes provide you feedback and help you relax. That is through eyes, others convey, don't worry. Others convey their feelings. I am with you, don't worry. That means, so as is said here, eyes are like windows to your spirit or to your inner heart. smiling. So face covered, eyes covered, now smiling. See, your beauty relies upon the way you smile, not just your skin color or your height or weight or other features. Understand? Someone who knows how to smile genuinely attracts other persons. So the most strong body language signal to influence our first impression is the smile. Understand? Your first impression is the best impression, we say. The first impression we get from others is through our smile. So when you enter into that interview room, others will naturally invite you. Yeah, Mr. Srinivas, please come in and be seated. Thank you, madam. Thank you, sirs. That means with a smile, if you thank them, it will ease the situation. It is the most recognized signal everywhere. Across the globe, people have this same expression, smiling. Others don't. This is not smile of some other country. Whether Americans or English people or Japanese or Pakistanis or even terrorists. They want to smile means they have to smile like this only. Understand? So smile is a universal symbol. It is a universal language. Without speaking many words, without using many words, you can attract the other persons of other languages, other places, and other countries also through your smile. Smiling is an international language. How beautifully it is told. Smiling is the best international language. You need not learn, you can only practice. Next, hand gestures. Face, eyes, smile, and now gestures. That means how we move our hands, fingers, all these things have certain symbols or meanings for their movements. Through hands also you can show your openness or your rigidity or your strength or your, what you can say, your readiness or your victory symbol like this. Understand? We use our hands many a time to express what we think. So, what does it symbolize? Can you tell me?
Anger.
Hello?
Sir, anger, sir.
I couldn't get your voice. Could you please speak loudly a bit?
Anger, sir, kopam.
Anger. Very good, very good. That means his anger is expressed through his fist. Just when looking at how he has his fist, you will understand that he is he is very angry upon the other person. Good. Look at the way he folded his hands. So these are students. Look at the student's feeling and look at the teacher's facial expression and his body language. So hands also, superiority and authority are usually indicated when you are standing and joining your hands behind your back. You know it pretty well, particularly NCC and all. No, even police officers also or senior officials, when they visit also, either they put their hands in their pockets or in the pockets of the trousers, or they put their hands behind this. That means very stiffly they stand there, like the military security guards. That means superiority and authority are usually indicated when you are standing and joining your hands behind your back. Very important. See, look at this one. So this is an indication of you expressing his superiority. I am your teacher. You are answerable to me. That superiority is there. His authority is expressed. So the student is expressing her fear. Now, see, rubbing gently behind or beside the ear with the index finger or rubbing the eye usually means the other person is uncertain about what you are saying I have already told you. That means when they have some doubt, they do all sorts of gestures with their fingers and all. So one body language, observing their hands when they are frequently rubbing their eyes and with their fingers and all means they are not very much interested. The other person is uncertain about what you are saying. That means other person is not believing you. Understand? The other person is not believing you totally what you are saying. So leaning back with both hands, supporting the head usually indicates a feeling of confidence or superiority. You can see, look at his pose. He's very superior or very confident. Understand?
Sir, BJC వాళ్ళకి chemistry.
Okay. Just within 2-3 minutes, I will leave.
Okay, sir.
Okay, fine. See, it's over. So cupping one or both hands over the mouth, especially when talking, may well indicate that the person is trying to hide something. That means he wants to hide something. He has some secret. He would like to hide it. And putting your hand to your cheek or stroking your chin generally portrays thinking. We know this is the pose of thinker. Thinking or interest or consideration or thinking about the other person's proposal. Arms and legs. Crossed arms. They tend to signal defensiveness, as I have already told you. Defensiveness means I have my own argument. I don't want to agree with you, or I want to save myself. So that is the symbol of defensiveness. And of course, sometimes they appear as what you can say obedience also among the students. Understand? They fold their hands or cross their arms to express that they are obedient. Understand? Conversely, arms open and extended toward you generally indicate openness and acceptance. That is, they are frequently moving their hands means they are expressing their friendliness. And see, so crossed his legs. That means he is expressing his disagreement. I don't agree with your proposal or with your statement. Tightly crossed arms or even legs. You can see the person's different expression. Understand? This is called posture. That is how you stand. That is called posture. So your posture also speaks a lot. See how, whether you are standing confidently or whether you are obedient or whether you are rough. See, this is the right posture, good posture. And this is the sway back and the lumbar. And see, one of the first key things people notice is how to carry and present yourself. So these are some, look at your posture, then you will understand how others judge you. So when you sit and work on the computer also how to sit, it is shown in this picture. And see the right posture, and neither too stiff or not too much bending, but this is the right posture. And see, legs crossed and elevated foot moving in a slight circular motion indicates boredom or impatience. So this shows enthusiasm. The person is interested to talk with the other person. Understand? So they show these people are very confident and they know what they want. That's why they are moving very straight. And they understand, they look forward what they want and they are going to get it. So this person is holding his hands in the pocket. That means he has something secret. He doesn't open everything to others. So people who are preoccupied or thinking usually walk with their heads down. That means if you are thinking about something, you bend your head, though your friend is there. And other confident persons, they move. Okay? So we personality through their bodies. This is all about body language. I will send you the material lab. Please understand this concept and watch the video repeatedly and watch videos of body language in YouTube. There are wonderful videos. I will send you the links also later, and you will understand the importance of body language. Okay? Thank you very much.
Sir. Hello. Sir.
The class now.
Sir.
Yes, please.
కొంతమంది నేమ్స్ వేరే నేమ్స్